If we must begin a military campaign, it will be directed against the lawless men who rule your country, and not against you. We will tear down the apparatus of terror, and we will help you to build a new Iraq that is prosperous and free. In a free Iraq, there will be no more wars of aggression against your neighbors, no more poison factories, no more executions of dissidents, no more torture chambers and rape rooms. The tyrant will soon be gone. The day of your liberation is near.
If there's a road to hell paved with good intentions, it surely runs through Iraq. Some would say good intentions were neither here nor there, and that the Bush administration used American national trauma of the 9/11 attacks to fix its sights on an old enemy, with little concern for the consequences. More than 4,000 American soldiers were killed, and over $1 trillion spent in the US-led effort to depose Iraqi President Saddam Hussein. But it cost the people of Iraq far more. The invasion of Baghdad on the 20th of March 2003 triggered a series of events that would drive the country to the brink of collapse. Bush and his fellow neoconservatives aimed to clear the ruling Ba'ath Party from power. That policy forced thousands of Sunnis from their posts in government, including the police and the military. The Islamic State in Iraq would emerge, exploiting sectarianism for its own ends. The group, later known as Daesh, would go on to capture a third of the country. The legacy of former Prime Minister Nouri al-Maliki remains one of division. His Shia-led government was the first of the post-Saddam era. But during his time in office, from 2006 to 2014, many Sunnis became politically disillusioned, even as the Obama administration began to withdraw American troops deployed in Iraq.
American forces will not be returning to combat in Iraq, but we will help Iraqis as they take the fight to terrorists who threaten the Iraqi people, the region, and American interests as well.
The sectarian rift made it easier for Daesh to steamroll into northern Iraq and take the country's second city, Mosul, just months before Haider al-Abadi took the reins as prime minister from his embattled predecessor. Daesh ushered in a new era of violence and a return of airstrikes carried out by another American-led coalition. An Iraqi army rebuilt with US support, Kurdish Peshmerga forces, and sectarian militias worked together to push Daesh out. But now that their common enemy is all but defeated, the question is, can Iraq unite politically? The Iran-backed Popular Mobilization Forces were officially inducted into the Iraqi military earlier this month, while the Kurdish Peshmerga forces and the Kurdish regional government are still in dispute with Baghdad over oil-rich areas like Kirkuk. But the primary focus in Iraq is on reconstruction and parliamentary elections, slated for May. Sunni Arab and Kurdish lawmakers had asked for elections to be postponed to allow for the return of hundreds of thousands of displaced people, but Iraq's highest court ruled that unconstitutional. Now the prevailing hope is that Iraqis will invest their faith in a national government, and that corruption that has siphoned off a significant portion of Iraq's oil revenue will be stamped out. And while Iraq still faces a number of grave threats, where the country is heading can perhaps best be gauged by how many people choose to vote. Whoever wins will have the daunting task of rebuilding a country and uniting its people after 15 years of devastation. Randolph Nogel, The Newsmakers.